We are fragile creatures. We are so scared to hurt ourselves. We're so scared to push ourselves. We're so vulnerable. We have all this shame that we're not enough. And like this I'm not enoughness is like such like a glass menagerie that we have to somehow make sure it doesn't get chipped or broken, that we work so hard to protect ourselves from feeling like we failed something. Our natural inclination whenever there's failure is to find somebody else that we can hang our hat on, because at least we don't have to deal with both the failure and the fault. So at least if fault can be blamed elsewhere, right? The startup didn't work because the market was off, or I couldn't raise the money. The reason why my kid is like this or like that, or my marriage or my friendships, or the reason why I'm not more this or more that, or I'm not where I am, is because he started with a head start, or she always had this, or they were given this. And when you look around in the world, we look at all of our failures and we have like instinctively, we have this instinctive capacity to immediately find somebody else. It's like that's in our schema, right? It's almost as if we have a belief, this schematic belief that when we fail, unless it's like totally clearly our fault, we like can look out into the world and like find the peg to hang it on. And by doing that, we can like sort of relieve the cognitive tension of being a failure, because we're so scared to see ourselves as a failure. So those parents that get up and say, the reason why my kid... Now again, there are kids, the best parents ever, who've tried everything. I'm not talking about those cases. I'm talking about everything in between. The reason why my kid isn't following my values is because of his friends and his school and blah, blah, blah. And the reason why it hurts us so much, but we won't say it out loud, is because we know that that's not 100% true. We know that a piece of it's us. But we're scared to say it because we live in the world of black or white. It's my fault or it's not. But the world doesn't exist in black or white. The world is gray. It could be 5% my fault. It could be 50% my fault. And if we don't even acknowledge it, we'll never fix it. And so the fear of feeling like it's our fault blocks our schema from seeing the things we did wrong, which then prevents us from working on them, which prevents us from becoming better. And that's the greatest tragedy. Because mistakes happen all the time. And that's part of life. Life isn't about not making mistakes. Life is about growing from every single one of our mistakes every single day. Deliberate practice.